Hello again. We're on to the Bmw R65 today. There's a short film. We're striking it up after it's been stood from February. It's now the beginning of October, now 2023. And we should be making the film and publishing it within a week of striking it up. So it's to show you a bit about the bike and the introduction to it, but mainly it's about the battery that's on it, the Odyssey battery. And I suppose most of the film's about the Odyssey battery and what I think of it. Okay, it's pretty good. So there we are, a bit about the BMW. I hope you find it interesting. Now, what have we here? This is the bike I use, my everyday bike, if you like. It's a 1980 R65. Let's just take its cover off. It's not original. I bought it on eBay many years ago from a chap in Grimsby in Lincolnshire who rebuilt it. It's not original. I've put a French headlamp on it. It's actually a headlamp off a Honda, but it works because it dips the other way, of course. One or two jobs need doing to it. The tyres keep going down for one reason. We'll look at that in a minute. Now, it hasn't been started for a long time, so we're going to look at starting it. Now, the battery hasn't been on charge either. I would think last time it started was before I went into hospital. It's probably about February. Now, in there is an Odyssey battery. Odyssey. Now, some of you will know what an Odyssey was. While we're here, we'll turn the petrol on. Oh, look, it's running. It's filling up. Well, hey, it's filled that filter up. That's something. Right. Some of you know what an Odyssey battery is. We'll tell you more about it in a minute. But it's not been charged since February. It's been just stood. We're going to see if it'll go. Okay. Now, I've got the camera parked up on a table just in front of the bike because I learnt the other day when I was trying to do that sawing and stuff that the volume... the microphone in the camera doesn't pick up very good volume if you go far away. So I'll try and keep my volume fairly high and just explain what we're doing. So I'm going to turn the choke on. Choke here. Right. It's out of gear. Now, ignition. Oh yeah, we've got ignition. Let's try how to go, didn't it? It had a go. Okay, up now, we've switched it off. It's had a little run. That wasn't bad, was it? It normally strikes up on one cylinder on the right hand side, and this side takes a little while to get started. But she was away. The carburetors, one carburetor for each cylinder, as you probably realise. There's the carburetor on this side. I had some new fuel pipes, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, because the last lot just rotted away, and of course that creates a problem or two. We've got to sort this gear linkage out. See here, if you notice carefully, there, it's held in place with a nail. Yes, a rusty nail. I drilled it through because it's worn out. The actual shaft going through there is all oval and a mess. Got a new linkage, a new gear change pedal, but I've got to change that. The inside there, the bolt isn't very good, so the shaft's oval, all the shims are missing, but it works with the aid of that rusty nail just there. It keeps it in place. Look at this. It changes gear. Right, we're going to look at the tyres. There's a valve down there, you see, just in there. Look, I put some adapters on because probably see it better here. It was difficult to get my air line in, so there's an adapter. Look here, put that on, but I can't get them dead tight, and of course if they're not tight up to the Schrader valve, then the second Schrader valve in that adapter, it leaks air. I don't know whether my tyre valve thing now will get in there, I'm sure. I'm just going to see if I can tighten this up a bit more. The tyres are flat, as you can see, not a good idea. And then let's see if I can put some air in this one. I've left the adapter in because it is blinking easy to use, as you can see. It's only got £7 in it. We're going to put about 28 in it. Then I'm going to sort out a bit of a ramp system. A bit too much there. Uh, 32. That'll do for a minute. Bit of spit. That's good. Now the back tyre. Now while we're here, let's just look at the Odyssey battery. This is the lawnmower, garden tractor, a few apples on top. Now, it needed a new battery last year. It had an ordinary lead acid battery in there, a bit bigger than this. You can see there's a bit of wood jammed in there and a bit of cardboard in here to hold it in place, and it's got rubber strap over. But this is an Odyssey battery. It's a gel battery. Okay, it doesn't have liquid in it. Give you what it says. If you freeze frame it, you'll be able to read about it, but I'm going to tell you about it. Okay, now the battery on the motorbike is just the same as that, on that R65, but it used to be on this bike. Yeah, down the side of the camping car. Here is bike number 1. Well, big bike number 1. It's an R100 LT. It's in bits. It's a 1000cc water-cooled engine. It doesn't go. It was going. When I brought it here, it was going, and and then it stood for ages and then it wouldn't go, so I started taking it to bits. But the gel battery on that R65, this is a 1984 by the way. The R65 is a 1980. Now the gel battery on this R65, I bought it in about 2006 or 2007. There it is in there, look, it's the same red top, just the same as that one you saw in the mower. And it was on the, I didn't have this R65 then. Oh, I turned the petrol off. Didn't have that bike then, I had the, just had the blue bike. And it ran on that for ages. The reason why I bought it is because they're the best. They're the best battery you can buy. It's a gel battery. It's got circles of, what do you call it's inside it. It doesn't have plates as such. It doesn't have liquid running around it. And you don't have to do anything to them. I mean, it does need charging up now and again. And this one I bought last year is on this mower. I don't charge it. The charger on the mower works well. So when I'm using it, it charges it up. And alternatively, that battery will also work my standby generator, which is here, just in case we have a power cut. There's a 4 kilowatt diesel standby generator there. That's the generator at this end, the engine's at the other end. It's a single cylinder air-cooled diesel. Now that battery will start that as well if we need it running. It's very economical, being diesel. Came from my brother-in-law. We've only had to use it a few times, not in recent years, but when we've needed it, we've needed it. So that battery also will charge this. Let's start this. There we are. So now we'll work out how long, well, I'll put a sticker on here. We'll work out how long that battery has been on that bike, or one bike or the other, and it's still been stood there since February, not done anything because I was poorly, and we just been to it, turned the key, and it started, didn't it? And the battery was had power enough to start the bike. So that is what Odyssey batteries or gel batteries can do for you. But if you're buying one for something big, wow, they're expensive. But that battery, now I'm going to switch off them, and when I get to my computer and make this film, we'll work out just how old that battery is. Hello again. Just to conclude this film about the battery, as I mentioned just now, we tell you how old that battery is. Well, if I bought it in 2007, then it's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, 16 years old. So it's 16 years old. It's never had anything done to it apart from the odd charge up now and again, and it's still sat there on a bike with enough power to strike the bike up after the bike itself was stood for 7 months. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 8 months. Okay, so the bike was sat 8 months, never struck up, and the battery did it, first time. So that's why I like Odyssey batteries, and that's why I bought one to put on that mower and use it on the generator as well. So I might think twice about buying one to go on the camping car. In fact, I've just bought an OGM battery for the camping car. It needed a new one, and that should be okay for it. We should see how we go. Anyway, Odyssey batteries I think are great, so I hope you appreciate that, and thank you for being with us today. Don't forget, if you like it, please give us a like, and perhaps even subscribe to the channel. It helps us to grow the channel. It doesn't cost anything. And also, how about sharing the video with your mates? We'd appreciate that if you like it. thanks, and a little panel at the end to show you where to find all the other publications that Cracker Books produce. Thanks for being with us.